Hey, how you doing? Y'all remember Among Us, the game that started the stupid GIF that I see at least once a year for some reason? Well, it became so popular, people have made Among Us ripoffs. The ones that I am trying out are free and on the mobile phone, so you don't need a console or PC to run them. Each game has its own twist, and each game has their similarities. Let's go through them, and I will rank them based on these categories. Community, aka how lively is it? Cosmetics, this is because Among Us is known for their goofy masks and hats. Accessibility, aka how easy is it for you to play and how good the gameplay is. Social, aka is it easy to communicate with others in this game. Let's start off with the game that gave me this idea, which is called Supersus. This ripoff is kind of directly ripped from Among Us itself, but they do put their spin on it. The astronauts are actually 3D, and the tasks are all a little different in their own way, but the concept and style is the same. When you load into a game, you are in the starting spaceship that looks similar to Among Us, and the map itself is pretty much a direct copy of the map from Among Us, along with tasks, which are just reskins of the originals. Twist on this ripoff is the class system. Each side, whether crewmate or imposter, has a selected group of roles, almost like the game Mafia. Imposter side has roles like Conjurer, who can curse people and kill them over time, or the Godfather, who can stop meetings at any time and create chaos within the game. While the crewmate side has roles like Doctor, who can revive dead people, and Sheriff, who can kill the imposters, but if he kills a crewmate, he dies and is left to suffer the consequences. For community rating, I give it a solid 5 out of 5. There's always people on and it is very lively. The downside is most people who play this game are from like Brazil or Indonesia, so there isn't much English speaking people on this game, so unless you speak Spanish, Portuguese, or Malay, you might as well just guess what they're saying and run off that. The game features a mic option in here, allowing you to speak with the others either in the game while you play or just in the meeting, depending on the settings the game or host creates. Because of the language barriers, I would give the rating for social a 3 out of 5. If the game had a auto translator in it, I would bump it up to a 4 out of 5, because even though there are a lot of people who play, not many of them actually talk really, and if you try asking for help or something, they're pretty selfish and just vote you out for not knowing how to play, so that sucks. Other than that, the cosmetics in this game are crazy. You got paid for cosmetics through microtransactions, but you also got free reward outfits you can get by just playing the game, which is fantastic. I miss games that make cool cosmetics for just playing the game. It feels like most games make you buy cool cosmetics now, so it was a nice change of pace when I became the captain from just playing the game and not having to buy anything. And there is so much you can earn too, so for cosmetics I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Lastly, accessibility. For this game you don't need an account and can just play as a guest and goof around, making it really easy to get into the game and have fun. The game is also very simple to understand and very similar to Among Us, so accessibility gets a 5 out of 5. For the total score we have 18 out of 20. Which is probably going to be the best rating out of all these games. Next game is Goose, Duck. This game is probably the most confusing and dumb game I have ever played. Just take a look at this waiting lobby.
Worship. What the hell? Chill.
It is filled with crazy Habibi children and foul-mouthed fools, but they all mostly speak English, so it's easy to understand them and play. Therefore, I would give social a 3 out of 5. If the community was better moderated, then it could get bumped up, but unfortunately, people's sinful and shameful behavior caused the rating to drop a bit. It is decently populated though, hard to get into a normal game first time I played, but there are servers that run that you can join that the community just makes so for the community keeping the game alive, I would give it a 4 out of 5, just because I don't really like the people that keep it alive. They're pretty rude, foul-mouthed, and just kind of weird. Cosmetics are pretty limited for what you can earn. I did get a pretty flower that made me feel special, but other than that, most cosmetics are behind a paywall. So for the cosmetics, I would give it a 2 out of 5. No, you know what? 1 out of 5. I really want to go back to Halo where I can earn my cosmetics in a game and not dump hundreds of dollars just to buy a skin. Accessibility gets a 3 out of 5 because I needed to make an account and verify it through a sketchy Chinese website that made me feel uncomfortable to use. Not only that, but when I got into a game, I got imposter, or in this game it's called duck, and I was a sniper role, which allowed me to just roam the map with a scope, and I took out 2 players and won the game, which was cool for me, but I felt really bad for the players that I killed, because if I was them and I just got sniped by some dude who was playing AFK in a corner, I would get pretty ticked off with the game. Then the next time I was imposter, I had a bomb roll that just blew me up, so therefore I think 3 out of 5 is pretty generous. I'm gonna just let the rating speak for itself, and for the final score it'll be 13 out of 20. And because I know a lot of people play this game and are probably gonna disagree with me, I'm just gonna say right now, you're wrong, I'm right, it's my video. And we're gonna move on to the next one. Suspects. Now this one, I'm gonna be honest, this is the worst ripoff. This one is pretty much Among Us for furries. You play as little animals killing each other. This one, again, was by far the worst. So let's just go down the list and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. There was almost no one playing except for like 10 people. It took me 5 minutes to get into one lobby of 2 to 3 people, 3 to 4 including myself. And when I left that waiting room of those people, because it was taking too long to find people to get into another lobby, there was only like 2 people. And you can't start the game unless there is 3 or more. So half the time you're waiting there for people to join, and since not many are on, it just takes too long. And there is always an ad at the bottom of your screen that makes the game look like a sketchy file downloader website. And the time I actually got into a game, the imposter left and the game ended. I was already fed up with it, so community gets a 1 out of 5. If you can get enough people in, I'm sure it's fun, but I just wasn't so blessed. Cosmetics was a microtransaction nightmare. All cosmetics were stuck behind a paywall, and they were weirdly expensive for buying something that looks like my sister drew it. And there was nothing in sight indicating anything free that I can earn, so cosmetics is a 0 out of 5 since they want you to focus more on their purchasable items and not anything free. Green never looks good to me, so sorry, not sorry. It was easy to get into the game though, no account required, just a nickname, and I was ready. So accessibility gets a 3 out of 5. I'm trying to give them a better score than what they deserve because there wasn't any tutorial at the beginning. What the tutorial is every time you ready up for a game, prompts pop up teaching you how to play, but it pops up every time, which gets annoying when you're waiting for 10 minutes just to play a game. Not only that, but when you get into a game, there is a literal ad just sitting at the bottom of your screen, which makes the game look sketchy and cheap. Therefore, I think for accessibility, 3 out of 5 is pretty generous. Then social gets a 2 out of 5 because even though not many people play, the ones who did actually did talk, but it was in a language I didn't understand. So therefore, 2 out of 5 is the rating I'm going with. For the final rating of Suspects, it will be 6 out of 20. This one was by far the worst game I had played. I do not recommend it to anybody because you would just waste time on this weird cash grab game. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and if you tried any of these games or if there are any other Among Us ripoffs you want me to rate, leave them in the comments, tell me your experience, and most importantly, tell me anything I may have missed about these games if you are somebody who has tried and played these games. Also, I want to give a shout out to my most recent subscriber, FYK Swiss. He has been with me since my last YouTube channel and was the first one to want to know when this channel was up and running. If you subscribe, I will put your name on this wall and give you all a shout out too, and when it becomes too much to put on this wall, I'll just make some end credits or something. I don't know yet. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening. God bless, get good rest, and we know I'm depressed, and I'll pray for y'all with deep respect. Bye.